Hi, I just finished a video on milk in terms of calcium and magnesium, but this is another milk video. Do you drink a lot of cow milk? And maybe you're tracking macronutrient calories on some sort of diet, right? Protein, carbs, and fat. Now, this kind of thing, I cover this kind of thing in much better detail in this book. But anyway, there are many choices of milk, right? So, for instance, 2% milk. When you buy 2% milk, it does not mean that it is 2% fat. It means that it's 98% fat-free, but it still gets 36% of its calories from fat. And you wonder, well, how is this possible? It really is a numbers game, but here are some rules to remember. All milk is mostly water, 85 to 95% water. I don't know if you freeze your milk bags, but if you do, there's always a bunch of ice in the middle when you're thawing it. That's because there's a ton of water in it. The rest is fat, protein, carbs, and carbs are in the form of lactose sugar, and it has some vitamins and minerals, of course. But any 8-ounce glass of milk will always contain, I don't care what kind of milk it is, it will always contain 12 grams of carbs and 8 grams of protein. And the amount of fat in it depends on what kind of choice you've made. Okay, what I want to say is a bit shocking here. If you buy 3.25% milk, 47% of its calories come from fat. That is 72 calories. They all clock in a little bit differently depending on how much fat content there is. So 2% is 36% fat. 1% white milk is 22%. If you get chocolate, 13% is fat. However, there's other sugar in it, so it's going to be higher in calories. And skim milk has no fat, okay? 83 calories, none of it is fat. So you wonder, well, how do you get this, Bev? How do you figure out? Let's just take the 3.25%. How do we get this? Okay, 3.25% milk is 152 calories, and it is comprised of fat, carbs, protein. And each one of these things are worth by gram. Fats are 9 calories per gram. The other two are 4 calories per gram. So if there's 8 grams of fat in this, then it's 72 calories, which is 47% of this. So you can figure this kind of thing out for any of these. All right. And the chocolate, as I said, is a little bit different than the other 1% because it has more carbs in it, okay? Now, if you're tracking macronutrients, I would suggest that if you get 3.25%, you're going to track it as fat. And if you, 2% you can track as fat or carbs. And the 1% I would just track as carbs. And of course, skim milk is all carbs. All right. Well, it has a bit of protein, but 83 calories, and there's no fat in it. So I would, if you're tracking this kind of thing, that's how I would track it. Okay. See you in the next video. Bye for now.